This slide shows examples of situation, action, result statements. The first statement is reorganize the filing system, resulting in a 75% reduction in lost files. The situation in this statement is implied. The filing system is a mess. The action taken, reorganize the filing system. The results, a 75% reduction in lost files. The next statement is implemented a recycling drive that reduced office waste by 25%. The situation is again implied. There's been too much office waste. The action taken is implemented a recycling drive, and the result was reduced office waste by 25%. The next statement is created a training request form that cut the training team's response by 1 week. The situation is more vague in this statement, but appears to be that understanding the requests for training are taking a lot of time because the information needed is not complete. The action taken is created a form that has all the needed information. The results are reduced response time by 1 week. The next statement is established a facilitation process that increased customer satisfaction by 50% as measured by completed surveys. The situation is again implied. Customer satisfaction is not looking good on surveys. The action taken is established a new process to facilitate customer needs, and the result of the action, a 50% improvement in customer satisfaction. The last statement is reverse diminishing sales trend and returned restaurant to profitability. In this statement, the situation is explicit. Sales have been decreasing, but the action is more vague. Actions were taken, but the statement doesn't indicate what they were. The results are not quantified, even though the action is missing. Is this still an effective statement? Yes. The result is not quantified, but it is still a strong statement. Imagine a restaurant owner whose sales have been decreasing reading this statement. Most would be motivated to ask during the interview just how this turnaround had been accomplished. Situation, action, result statements are more likely to result in questions about the statement during an interview. Whenever that happens, you are controlling the content of the interview, and since you already know the situation well, you should be able to answer with strength and confidence. This slide shows 3 ways to present the same task on a resume, as well as a fourth statement that integrates the task into a more complete explanation of a quick promotion. The first is poor because it does not provide much detail and no results. The second is better because it does provide enough detail to understand they understood the task they were to complete. Better yet is operated point-of-sale system to receive cash debit, electronic coupon, and other forms of payment with 0 shortages, which demonstrates positive results from the way they did the job. Then the fourth integrates this task along with others into explaining a promotion. Promoted from crew member to manager in training within 6 months of employment, based on quickly learning and providing exceptional operation of all restaurant stations, point of sale cash register, drive-through, cook, cleaning the restaurant, and other assigned tasks. Work experience statements can be enhanced by following the situation, action, result method. In the above examples, the A statements read similar to a job description, only explaining the action taken. The B statements have been enhanced by quantifying the scope of the situation and demonstrating the positive outcomes resulting from the action. Other enhancements include using a better action word that is more descriptive, and some action words also imply skills. In the above examples, produced artist press releases was improved to coordinated 8 artist press releases that contributed to an increase in annual sales by 14%. The numbers here provide scope for the job and also results of increasing annual sales. Assisted in radio copywriting was improved to collaborated on a team of 3 editors on the copywriting of promotional radio commercials for 16 events. Again, the quantities of 3 editors and 16 events provide scope for the statement being made. Also, collaborated implies teamwork skills, which can be a good way to work in soft skills into the experience section. The third example provided excellent customer service in a retail setting, was improved to increased repeat customers through individual attention by providing customer service above and beyond what is usually received in retail settings. And the last example, maintained site safety procedures, was improved with much detail and numbers. Maintained site safety procedures, ensuring 99% compliance with OSHA and industry guidelines and regulations. Action verbs begin the statements made in the experience section or in a list of qualifications. They should be present tense for current jobs, past tense for past jobs. These two sites have lists of action verbs organized by type of skill. The first University of Oregon site organizes action verbs by hard skills, which are job-specific skills. The second Michigan State University site organizes action verbs by soft skills, which are interpersonal or people skills. Both types of skills are important to employers. Using action verbs related to the skills reinforce those skills mentioned elsewhere in the resume. Volunteer experience is valued by most employers and can cover gaps in employment. It is important to consider the skills used during volunteer employment that can be very similar or the same essential skill as required by a paid job. Do not undervalue volunteer experience. Employers may see it as an indication that you are more willing than most, or that your values are particularly important to you in any job you are considering. Awards and accomplishments can be listed separately in a section or as bullet points in your work history. They need to be relevant to some skill or strength that you are wanting to highlight. Professional memberships are often unwritten requirements for certain occupations, but avoid listing affiliations with specific religious or political groups.